Oh hi, I'm just out on a police mission with the Bone Squad. Slurpee, no! Slurpee! Slurpee, are you okay? I've been hit. I hit you all. Slurpee! No! I told you to walk around your car first. To walk around your car!
Ba-ba-da! Police Quest: In Pursuit of the Death Angel is an adventure game by Sierra released in 1987 for computers. Part of the Quest series by Sierra, Police Quest is a more realistic type game than say the Space Quest series, and was actually reported of being used as a training tool for police officers. Unlike games today, you have to type out to interact with your environment. I played this game as a child and remember needing to run up to my mom to get her to spell out words for me like milkshake or door, but I still enjoyed playing it. But I'm of age now where I know how to spell even the harder words like urinate. Will I still enjoy this game? Or have modern games with their automatic doors ruined these typing adventures for me? Let's load it up! Police Quest: In Pursuit of the Death Angel is the first game in the Police Quest series by Sierra. You take control of policeman Sonny Bonds as he goes about his duties as a policeman for the Listen Police Department. The game drops you straight into the action, right in the foyer of the police station. The game offers little help on what to do when you start the game, except if you have the manual. The game's manual gives you a walkthrough of what to do at the start of the game. This is a good idea for new players that have never played one of these typing based adventures before. It tells you where you can go at the start and what actions you can do. You start off by getting ready for your shift. Go into your locker and grabbing everything you need, like your gun and suitcase that hold your pen. You head to the briefing room where Sergeant Doodley briefs you about the teenagers running rampant and using drugs, and to keep a lookout for a stolen Cadillac. You then hit the beat in your police car. In this game you're trying to get rid of the drug problem in the city of Listen. The game looks pretty basic by 2018 standards, but 30 years ago this was cutting edge. This game was even referred to as a 3D adventure game. The game controls pretty well. You use the arrows on the keyboard to move about, and type out the actions you want Sonny Bonds to do, like get keys or dance. The only thing I think that doesn't control well is when you are driving. Even though you only move in 4 directions, it's very easy to crash. Pulling up against a curb is tough, and I'm always worried I'm going to crash, so I have to save the game before doing so. That's something you're going to be doing a lot in this game: saving. You die very easily in this game, and once you die you only have 2 options: restart the game or restore the game to a previous save point. So you should save after doing anything. I always save before driving. You get a call over the radio informing you of a car crash, and you go and investigate. You see that the victim didn't die by crashing his car, but was murdered. You radio the sergeant and he arrives with a detective who take over. You jump back in your car and go about your shift doing usual police work. You have a coffee break. Use the toilet. You stop a car that ran a red light and write the young lady a ticket. This is where all the graphics went. You also sort out some bikers that had parked their motorcycles in the parking area, and meet your old friend Sweet Cheeks Marie, and arrest a drunk driver and take him to jail. In this game you need to follow police procedure or else you'll die. Lock your gun away before going into the jail, walk around your car before driving, showering before getting changed. Repeating these tasks over and over again is something I didn't really enjoy about this game, but this game was designed by an ex-police officer that wanted to make a realistic game, so I get why they are here. It's after this point in the game where things start to get a bit more exciting. A position opens up in the narcotics division, so you put your name forward for it, and you go to the local tavern for Jack's birthday, and watch Hoochie Coochie Hannah do a sexy dance to some bangin' tunes. Returning to the station, you get back to work, and stop a car that sort of matches the description of the stolen Cadillac. You arrest the driver and search the car and find some drugs in the trunk. You take him to jail and return to the station, where you get promoted to the narcotics division. Your first task is to find evidence on the man you just arrested, so you can get a no bail warrant on him. This is where you get to do some real detective work. You go through the files and find the evidence you need, and hightail it to the courthouse just in time to get the no bail warrant. Returning to the station, Laura Watts is waiting for you, and both of you head out for a stakeout. You hide behind some bushes. Well, try and hide behind some bushes. Stop walking! You nab the 2 crooks and take them to jail. You decide that's enough work for one day, and head over to the local tavern, where Jack tells you his daughter's in a coma from a drug overdose. You return to the station and learn that Sweet Cheeks Marie has been locked up for, doing it for money, and you need to go free her in exchange for helping you in an undercover operation. She agrees and gives you a very graphic kiss. You then learn that the slime ball you had arrested earlier had escaped from jail, and that a body had been found floating in the river. You go investigate and ID the body as the escaped prisoner. Returning to the station again, you get to have another shower, dye your hair, and then head over to the hotel where you begin the undercover operation. You head to the bar where Sweet Cheeks is waiting for you. After ordering a drink, she vouches for you and lets the barman know you're cool. You then get a room and call the station, letting them know the deets. They send a taxi for Sweet Cheeks, and you head back to the bar where the barman takes you to the back room where there is some illegal gambling taking place. You join a table and play some poker. I didn't really enjoy this part of the game that much. It just takes so long. I never felt like I got any good hand, and if you bet anything, most of the time the other players just fold. It is a nice change from the other play style of the game, but it just takes too long before you can progress more through the game. After you have won an amount of money, you're told how good of a player you are and asked to come back later to play some more serious poker. You agree and head back to your room where 3 other cops show up. You need to get the transmitter from the policeman, or else you're gonna be screwed. Returning to the bar, the barman takes you to the back room again, where you go to the very back room and play another round of poker, but this time you realise that the man known as Frank is actually Jesse Baines, the Death Angel, the drug lord you've been looking for. You play poker until you've won another amount of money, where Jesse will offer you work. You accept and he takes you up to his room on the 4th floor. You follow Jesse up the stairs when some eerie music starts. That's another thing about this game, is the music, or lack thereof. You do get some little sound effects like doors closing, or your police sirens. And there is little bits of music, mostly at important parts of the game like during the stakeout, or when you're getting kissed by a hooker that's in jail. Reaching the top floor, you follow Jesse into his room, but not before using the transmitter you got to let your backup know where you are. You enter Jesse's suite and he tells you to make a drink while he answers the phone. You look everywhere for a Woodstock bourbon and cola, but all you find is Cody Mavericks. Jesse returns holding his gun, saying he knows you're a cop, and is about to shoot you when your backup bursts through the door. You dive to the ground and a shootout begins. You take a shot at Jesse and graphically take him out. Ugh, can you believe that's what we all look like on the inside? But he doesn't die. He recovers and goes to court where he's found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 97 years in prison with no chance of parole. Jesse Baines hisses under his breath, "Why, you're a dead man, Bones," letting you know that this isn't the last you've seen of the Death Angel. You were then treated to a celebration at the courthouse steps, where you received the key to the city. Congratulations, you won Police Quest! The game then becomes an ad for other Sierra games, like Leisure Suit Larry or some 3D helicopter simulator. Sweet Cheeks Marie then comes over, and the whole city watches as you two graphically make out. Police Quest, In Pursuit of the Death Angel, is a pretty decent police game for the 1980s. For what they had to work with, it looks pretty good. The music and sound leave a lot to be desired, but again, for the 1980s, it's not that bad. The game is good at introducing things to the player in the first half of the game, and getting them to use what they learnt in the second half of the game, resulting in good pacing. Sure, you gotta do some pretty mundane tasks, but if you're a police officer, you would have to open doors and have a shower. You just wouldn't have to type them out. If you haven't played Police Quest before, I think you should give it a go. Younger people might not like it with the graphics and the need to type everything out, but it is worth checking out. Well, I gotta go slice up some deli meats. I guess that's why they call me Captain Bone.
Wait!